Hello everyone and welcome back to Creators Call Shop here on YouTube. My name is Marcy and I'm so happy that you're here joining me today. I have something that I have been waiting to share with you for a very long time, and I think all of you who are junk journalers and love doing altered books are going to get a kick out of this. It is so fascinating. But first, before I show it to you, I need you to get yourself a drink, get yourself cozy and comfortable, and we'll get started in just a moment. All right, welcome back. Glad you guys are all settled and ready to go. So what is this marvelous thing that I have to show you? What this is, I'm going to tip it just a little bit that way so you can see the cover. This is a textbook from the early 1900s, and it is something that is in my husband's family. We found it when we were cleaning out things a number of years ago, kind of forgot about it, and then rediscovered it not that long ago. But what it is it's an antique altered book that they have turned into a scrapbook. And that's just the way my husband's family was. They were very frugal and practical people, and they used the things that they had at hand and didn't go out and buy. So they took this textbook for the principles and practice of judging livestock, and they turned it into a scrapbook for current events. I think if I turn it this way, maybe it would be better for you to see. Here we go. So I'm going to just kind of flip through it slowly and just show you some of the things that are in it. But I just thought how amazing. We have this art form that we all just love, altered books and junk journaling, and keep thinking that we've got something new and amazing and fantastic. And the reality is that altered books have been around for a very long time, and we're just back to rediscovering them again. So they just went through and started pasting all kinds of things that were of interest to them or that were local news or history. I was trying to remember trying to find the copyright from the textbook. I had it at one point, but I don't remember. This is a wedding, and it is somebody that was local, and she got married, and they wrote 1928 up here. Isn't she sweet? But I think it was somebody that they knew. There's the pastor of First Baptist Church in Boise, but they didn't put the date on that one. Baptist Church, wedding, pretty. I think she's the bride that they're talking about over here. Now, we do have a lady at our church who is in her 90s now, and her grandparents lived across the street from my husband's family, his dad and siblings, as they were growing up. And so she remembers the family. She's the only one that we have really that remembers them. And we brought this to church one day to show her, and she's the one who kind of gave us the lowdown on who most of these people were and a lot of the significance, and that a lot of them were local and some of them were people that even her family knew. This one I wanted to point out, she's the pioneer temperance worker, and she was recognized in the paper, and I think this folds down. Come on. 2 Idaho delegates attend the National WCTU. But you know, that's not something you see every day, that the temperance worker from your state is going to a national conference. We just don't. It was such a beautiful and different time, you know. This one's 1931. This is another bride. These would be great to scan. If I could figure out how to scan those would make great printables, wouldn't they? 1926. 8 years ago today, there vibrated throughout the world the tidings that called a halt to the greatest carnage and holocaust in history, the World War. So that would be World War I. And then this is Armistice Day, so it was published on Armistice Day, which is now Veterans Day to cover both World Wars. Somebody's returning to Boise after a vacation in Alaska. Okay. They would just cut out all kinds of little things of note. But I did want to point out, like these are blank, they didn't cover them, but they had to take some pages out of the book to make it fit, just like we do. When they added all these pieces and the book got fatter, they had to take out pages just the same way that we do. This is a program from something that they went to, so they glued it in. I also wanted to point out that even though they didn't have acid-free and lignin-free and all that, these things, because they've been preserved and kind of kept dark and cool places, they've actually stayed pretty well, and the glue is holding. Okay, these pages are not decorated. There's livestock teeth. You can learn how to judge livestock based on their tooth formation and how old they are. George Goethals? His name will always be associated with the work of building the Panama Canal. There you go. There's the new Mercantile, opened downtown. I remember when that was still there. That was one of our favorite places to shop. It was Falk's ID. All the good places to shop are gone now. Turkey growers hold a big banquet in 1937. Millions of American girls are envying her. Amican? I think they folded this. Who is this? Is this Mrs.? Yeah, that's the fiance of Charles Lindbergh. Millions of American girls are envying her. That's great. Here's a cartoon. I'll do it every time. I don't want to take time to read it. Women protest the passage of the divorce bill. Garden party given by Mrs. McReynolds for children. That's sweet. I'll just keep flipping through. Idaho's governor-elect. Which one is that? Clark. Huh. Oh, there's Culver, the pastor again from the First Baptist Church. There's his family. And this is obviously a bulletin or a program. Oh, they left. Okay, so that was a farewell in 1928. Oh. So they kept the program for the farewell. More horsies. Engagement. And then there's a lot of loose pieces in here too. I guess they just didn't get to gluing them in. Didn't get a chance to glue them in. Little cartoons. But it would be fun if I can figure out how to do it. I need help with this, but to scan in some of these old advertisements and things and turn them into printables for you. Ooh, is this a natatorium? Ooh. Thousands of Boiseans remember the old natatorium, a thing of beauty and one-time pride of the Idaho's capital city. It was torn down a decade ago because its weakening timbers threatened to cave in. Well, they rebuilt it, and it's still kind of cool, but not like this. This is amazing. Isn't that beautiful? And it's heated by natural hot springs. And then there's Ford, Freud, and Einstein, people whose ideas influenced the first half of the century. Which obviously that's after World War II, but he's sitting here in the middle of the 1920s and 30s. There's MacArthur. Okay. Pages. I'll just keep flipping through. If there's anything super thrilling, we'll stop and look at it. Because a lot of these people I don't know. Here's an old crossword. Oh, here's some more people who influenced the first half of the century. So Gandhi, Marconi. He was a pioneer in the practical application of radio. And Reed. Great medical advances. Walter Reed was an army doctor whose research in the field of yellow fever made that disease controllable. Wow. This is the copy of the pact from Roosevelt, Stalin, and Churchill, the text of the Tehran Pact after World War II. Isn't that neat? Let's see, who's this? Corporal and Mrs. Bill Wheeler. Oh, that's nice. They must have known them. Let's see. Representative ministers in Boise. Oh, okay. They were doing a series on the ministers within Boise, and this gentleman was Presbyterian minister, Benjamin Bailey. This person had an anniversary. Oh, different man. I thought it was the one that had left, that they had the farewell for. Nope. Look at her. Look at her beautiful head veil and headband. That's definitely 20s. Yep, 22. Baptist minister. I guess Abernethy was too. Oh, they're part of the Baptist Convention from 1933. Oh, and there's a picture of a sheep. There's a Methodist minister being highlighted. Anyway, I just thought you would love to see this. Oh, look at advertising for men's clothing in the 50s. Again, if I can figure out how to scan these, turn these into printables, I would love to do this because those are cool. And then this couple, oh yeah, I remember seeing this before. This baby was a Siamese twin, and she was separated, and her sister was already home, but this baby had to stay in the hospital a little bit longer. Stubblefield. Cool. Separation of Siamese twins. I didn't check the date. February 16th of we don't know when. I'm guessing based on the outfits, like maybe 40s or 50s. I guess we could look it up on the internet now, huh? Crime. Pioneer dentist dies. Oh, wow, he's a dentist in the Pioneers. One of the best-known dentists of Ada County, came to Boise in 1894. For a number of years, made trips by stagecoach to Idaho City and Placerville to attend his large basin practice. Wow, that was a journey back then. He was a member of the Maple Grove Grange and of the Woodsmen of the World and of the Church of Christ. His widow is one of the prominent club women of the city, and they have one son. Wow, 1934. Interesting. Belgium's King Albert was killed while climbing on a mountain. Prince Leopold is heir to the throne. Oh. 1934, February 18, 1934. What's that? Speaker of the Lutheran Hour is coming to talk. They did a lot of going to lectures and concerts and different things. Anything that was free to the public, they did. Women's club leader from the area. Boise High School News Department. Judging team leaves. Okay. Oh wait! We got to mention the team of Leachman, Nibbler, Harrison, and Coach Warner. Uncle Bert was a judge for livestock. Well, that makes sense. This is his textbook. Oh wow! Uncle Bert got in the paper. How exciting! The Boise boys, winners in the state fair show here, have been working hard in preparation for the show. Most of the time being put on sheep and horses, which were their weak points last show. That's great. Uncle Bert made mention in the newspaper. That's lovely. Well, it was a school paper. Yes, they'll be married together, so I'm guessing sisters are getting married at the same time. Orange blossoms for Daisy and Violet. Oh, the Hilton sisters. Famed Siamese twins. Oh, wow. Arrived in New York from a stage tour of England, as shown here. Their smiling announcement was that they'd both be married in a double ceremony about Christmas. Violet is on the left, and she's marrying an English boxer, not a dog, but a man. And Daisy's husband is to be Jack Lewis, the Chicago orchestra leader. Oh, wow. I don't have a year. Doggone it. Okay, that's cool. More obituaries. See, there's all kinds of fun stuff in here. The First National Bank in 1928 went up. Wow. Don't know. Oh, they were writing dates of people's weddings and things in here so they could remember people that they knew. The veteran teacher of Boise schools, influenza victim Carrie Farr. Oh, they probably knew her because my husband's aunt worked for the school district in Boise for a very long time, so I'm guessing she could have been a close friend. It's just a record. It's just a scrapbook of their daily lives and events. This one's from 1944. There's a lot of obituaries. I don't want to be a downer, but that was part of their daily life. Anyway, I'll just keep keep going real fast here. We're almost at the end. Lindbergh's time record. Check that out. So yeah, it's just so fascinating because they just put this in here, and now we have all of this history. I just thought that would be really fun to share with you guys. A flip through of an antique altered book / scrapbook journal, and just a reminder that our craft that we love has actually had its roots in other crafts and things for a very long time. So one other thing I wanted to mention was, remember my video on where to find free junk journal supplies? I got this in the mail, another St. Jude's envelope, but that would be pretty, these graphics and images to put on tags. A beautiful shaped tag that I can cover and I can collage with said graphics. And then also I got an order from Grove. I love this pocket. It's very nice. It's very nice paper. And then this is a trifold. So I can just cover that with papers and different things and turn it into a pocket with a trifold journal card. So that's kind of fun, isn't it? So technically that one wasn't free because I had to buy the Grove stuff. But anyway, that was my share for today. I want to read to you a couple of inspirational thoughts. I'm going to read from Ecclesiastes. And fitting, because we thought we had a new craft here, and we're discovering that it's actually been around for a very long time. It's a very old craft. Ecclesiastes chapter 1, starting with verse 4, and then I'm going to skip ahead. But one generation goes, another comes, but the earth remains the same forever. The sun rises and the sun sets and glides back to where it rises. There is nothing new beneath the sun. Sometimes there is a phenomenon of which they say, look, this one is new. It has occurred long since, in ages that went by before us. So I love Ecclesiastes. It's one of my favorite books. But everything old is new again, and everything new is old. There's nothing new under the sun. And then the last verse is from this book, In the Shelter of His Wings. It's a really pretty book. How priceless is your unfailing love. Both high and low among men find refuge in the shadow of your wings. Psalm 36:7. So with that, I'm going to close. I hope everyone is staying well and staying happy, and I hope that you enjoyed this flip through of the antique altered book / scrapbook / junk journal from the 1920s and 30s. And until next time, I want you to be inspired and do something creative today. Thank you. Bye-bye.